Greetings, epic people. Pete Tyrone here, your associate winemaker. And this is Thanksgiving week 2015, a time that we all like to give thanks for the things in our lives that we love and are appreciative of. And I know one of those things for you is wine, and so we hope that you will make this an epic Thanksgiving. And you're probably wondering, what is the best epic wine to be serving with my Thanksgiving dinner? And so I was going to venture into our cellar, and we'll see what I can find and recommend for you. And maybe it's a bottle that you have in your cellar. So I'm going to go do that right now and come back and tell you what I find. I'm back, and I have to say, as I was going through our little library to find these wines for you, I realized how thankful I am to be able to go through this library and pick out these wines to share with you guys today. So that's what I'm thankful for right now. So I picked out 3 wines just to check in with. Now, Thanksgiving meal, it's generally turkey or ham and a bunch of sides, which we all love. I would say that generally the flavor profile is pretty neutral to the sweet side. And as such, especially with the turkey being the prominent feature of the meal, pretty light wines are going to go the best with the meal. Personally, I would probably want to drink a white wine while partaking in the feast, and maybe move to the red later on. But I know a lot of you out there are red-only people, and I totally respect that. And so I got actually a white, a rosé, and a Zinfandel. And I wanted to kind of talk about the white and rosé first. Now, the whites, I am pretty sure age very, very well. We've been making a white wine at Epic since 2010. I actually pulled out the 2013 to try today. Not a whole lot of age on it, but it's certainly beginning its process of development, and I'm really excited to see how our whites age with time. On the other hand, rosés, we really make the rosés to be drank as soon as you want. As soon as you are able to buy the rosé, usually in the springtime of that the year following the vintage, I recommend you drink it that spring, that summer, and if you still have any left over at Thanksgiving from that year, I say go for it. Rosé makes a great accompaniment to a Thanksgiving feast. And if you still have some, it's a great time to go through it so that you're ready for the next vintage the next year. If you do hold on to rosés, you're going to just notice sort of a diminishing freshness and a darkening of the color, actually, which is fine. And our rosés should be great to drink several years into the future if you have some still. But I would recommend, go through your cellar, see if you have any rosé, and it's a great time to pull it out this Thanksgiving. And so I have the current vintage of rosé, the 2014. And then as far as the reds go, I was thinking for the Thanksgiving feast, aside from the turkey, there's usually some sort of berry component, whether it's a berry reduction on your brie for an appetizer or a cranberry sauce with your turkey. And I was thinking light but fruity, and of course what comes to mind is Zinfandel. And one Zinfandel that I recall enjoying very much when we first released it, and then as we sold it and we're tasting it in the tasting room, is the 2009 Zinfandel from the Paderewski Vineyard. And so I have that right here to check in with you, because you might have a bottle of this sitting in your cellar. And this might be a good time. We'll see. I will open these bottles and we'll kind of go from there. Okay, so I just opened the white and the Zinfandel, and I got my hand all leesy. You know what lees is? It's the sediment that forms at the bottom of the tanks, and then in the bottle it can form in the bottom of the bottle. And if you store your wines upside down like we do, just for space saving, it can collect on the cork, if you can see it there. So you'll find that on our wines sometimes, a little sort of sludgy red stuff on hand, and usually I like to have a napkin or something on hand if I'm, especially if I'm wearing a white shirt, to protect myself. But I forgot, and I got splattered. It's normal, and it's actually a sign of one of the things that we are very adamant about for our red wines here at Epic, and that's being completely unfiltered. And that means that we do not pass our red wines through a filter. We rack them very minimally as well, and that's one of the reasons why occasionally some sediment can build at the bottom of your bottle. So I apologize if I had a hand in ruining any of your beautiful white dresses or shirts, but it is part of the quality measures we take to make sure these Epic wines are as good as they possibly can be. All right, now time to taste. So the 2013 white, extremely aromatic. A lot of that aroma comes from the Viognier component, which you may have noticed has increased a little bit lately, and that's just a function of the vintage. The Viognier came in heavy that year, and so it was more prominently featured in the 13 white. It lends a beautiful florality to the nose, and also a nice acidity. It goes well with the Grenache Blanc. Our white wines are always a Rhone-based blend. What's great about this wine is that acidity, and it's going to go really well with food, which is the reason I would choose this particular bottle to accompany my meal this Thanksgiving. But let's check out the rosé as well. Screw cap makes it nice and easy on there. And to me, rosé just screams party because of the beautiful color. It's light. You don't have to think about it too much if you don't want to. And as far as rosés go, I think we make one of the best ones. It's my humble opinion. What I love about rosé is you get that beautiful acidity of a white wine, but combined with the more like a little bit of a tannin structure of a red wine. It's a nice blending of both of them. And this is going to stand up a little bit more to heartier dishes. So keep that in mind. And on to the Zin. This is really what I wanted to check in with today, because it is more of a cellar tracker kind of check in on an older vintage. And so I'm excited to taste this Zinfandel with you. I'm actually going to let it aerate a little bit before I review it with you, so I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, I'm back. It's been half an hour. I can't really wait any longer to try this wine. I'm really excited about this. So without any further ado, right off the bat, you get this explosion of like a briny sea air quality that I get out of Paderewski all the time. I don't know if it's the calcareous limestone ocean floor kind of thing going on, or if it's the Templeton Gap winds of the sea that come through at night. But so often I get that briny sea air on our Paderewski wines. Once that kind of like develops, a lot of red fruits are starting to pop through. I'm amazed at how fresh this wine still is. This is aging really nicely. I get like sage and other wild herbs, which is great. Like that's what I use on my turkey rub, sage and rosemary, that sort of stuff. So that goes really well. Also, I'm getting like a fig compote. Definitely black fig, currants, red currants, and cranberries. It's perfect. Again, beautiful, retaining its freshness nicely. For 2009, it's showing really well. Really happy with my choice today. I think this will go great with your Thanksgiving feast with your family. Of course, the hardest choice is always, what wines do you want to share and what wines do you want to keep for yourself? But I think this would be a very special wine to share with your family, to show them that you are thankful and grateful for them in your life. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Please treat yourself to a little epic this Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next time.